Yours will be different. Okay. And then they ask you for the value of the slope of this regression model. So number 7 is going to be found in a different place. Actually, I think, how did I remember it? I think you can do number 5 the same way that we do number 7, because I think they'll give you R as well. But you'll go to stat regression. And we're just going to do a simple linear because linear is the only type of regression we're going to have in this class. So we'll just go to a simple linear. And then your x variable, it's going to make a difference which is your x and which is your y. So in this case, we're going to use the median salary to predict the dealership's annual sales. So annual sales is what we're trying to predict. That's going to be our y value. So for this one, our x is going to be the median salary, and our y will be annual sales. I'm going to switch them just so we get a different number. Median salary. So my number is going to be a little bit different. So there's a bunch of stuff in here that we are not going to actually use. So this is our ANOVA. We're not going to do ANOVA in this class, so don't worry about that. You've got your standard error, your degrees of freedom, your t-stat, your p-value. None of those we're going to use. What we're looking at here is just our estimate. So when we do this one, your parameter is going to be what you're looking at for the entire population. So we've either got your intercept or your slope, and then our estimate based off of our sample is going to be what we use. So for this one right here, this is going to be your y-intercept, whatever number that is, and this is going to be your slope. So that's how you'll find those two from that table. All the other numbers we're not going to use. Your slope is down here, and your intercept is right here. So for me, my slope is really, really small. So I'll round it to 2 decimal places, so it's basically just a 0.00. For that slope, yours will be different. And then they ask you on the next one, what's the y-intercept? So if you just go back to the same one you did, my y-intercept up here is 10,391. And just be careful about how many decimal places. Some people, for the one in chapters 1 and 2, I think, they got the right answer, but they put decimals when they shouldn't have because they wanted you to do whole numbers. So I went through and tried to catch everybody and give you credit for those ones. So if I missed yours, let me know. Okay. So here, they want you to interpret the y-intercept. So for number 9, first thing you want to check is, does the y-intercept make sense? Because if it doesn't, you don't want to actually just write out anything willy-nilly. So for us, we'll say number 9. First thing is, does the y-intercept make sense? And that means basically can x equal 0? And then if it doesn't, then that's all you have to do is just say the y-intercept doesn't make sense. But if it does, then you'll say if x equals 0, then y equals b. But remember, you need to plug in a number for here, and you need to stay what these variables are. So actually write it out in terms of what this is asking you for with your median sales and your annual, or sorry, your median salary and your annual sales. And then this one's going to be your slope. So 10 is your slope. So just remember, your slope is the same thing as your rise over run. They ask you for every unit increase, what would you expect your, every unit increase for x, how much would you expect your y to increase by, and that's just going to be whatever your slope happens to be. And then number 11, they're asking you to predict. So if they ask you to predict, that means you're going to use your least squares regression line, and you're going to say that x equals 44,000. So you'll take that number, plug it into your least squares regression line that you got previously, and then get your answer here from this one. And again, 1, 2, 3, 4 of them are going to be essay questions, so I'll have to grade those. This is due the day before the test, but don't wait until the day before the test, because do it while regression is still kind of fresh in your mind. That way you don't have a lot of stuff to do the day before the test.